first ceremony was like I connected to her like so much. I believe that this is my path. I need to work with the medicine. I need to go to the jungle, and I need to learn how to become a shaman or just a healer, because it's just yeah, it's just amazing. And this shaman was approaching me like, yes, you can do this. You are the one. You are chosen for this path, and you can come with me, and we learn this together. And then he started to become like sexually close, coming close to me, which didn't feel good. I was still under the medicine, so it's like you are very very sensitive. You are open, wide open, like, and that's not okay, because you don't even know that it is not okay. You feel like this is great, because the medicine just opens you up so much that you have not don't even have like vision. And yeah, I got into this experience, which was not nice at all.
Hello and welcome back to my podcast about ayahuasca assisted therapy. And today is very special. I'm here with a sister, like a soul sister, and also a sister from Hungary who left the nest like myself. And currently she lives in Peru. Pisac or Cusco? I forgot.
Pisak.
Pisac, yeah, up in Pisac, beautiful place in Peru. And yeah, she has some interesting stories about, her medicine path and her journey with the Mother Ayahuasca and how her life is unfolding. And I really, I wanted to ask her to share her story, and I'm so grateful that she's willing to do this conversation, because I think a lot of people who are called to this path, or who are already walking this path with the medicine, with the Mother Ayahuasca, will relate to and resonate with, certain themes that I think kind of we all go through, right? When we are stepping and following on this path. So thank you, Magyar Eva. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. Welcome.
So let's start with, how did you get the calling? We always say the ayahuasca called you. Like, how was that for you? How did you know that the ayahuasca is calling you? And what happened when you set out on this journey and you first arrive to Peru?
So my first ayahuasca experience happened actually before I came to Peru. It was in Mexico. And yeah, I was amazed by this beautiful medicine. So I felt the call. I was looking for it. It was not like it was a call, okay, come to me, but I was more like into looking for a retreat and try it. So did I did. I went for a 7 days retreat, and we had 2 ceremonies. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience, because we did a lot of practice, like preparation, and also we always had the integration circles, which is, I think, very important if we are working in the medicine, to as a group, to get to know the experience of the others, and yeah, what is the process around you and what you are going through, because sometimes people doesn't even know if that's okay, or if anything is happening, if you don't have a sharing experience. As they say, like, to have an intention with the medicine, that's right, but you will never know what you get. So they say that you should just let go of your intention, and just welcome anything what she wants to show you.
Mhm. Do you remember what was your intention for the first ceremony in Mexico?
Yes, like I wanted to have more clarity about the about my life, like what I should do next, or yeah, where should I go, because I just, yeah, ended up a relationship, and travel to a new part of the world. So basically, yeah, I wanted to have an answer about if I should go back to my home, or shall I just go with the flow and trust in the universe. So yes, I am here.
Like, obviously you did receive an answer to your question, right? So what did you receive, in that experience? So afterwards, like, did you receive that clarity or that guidance that you were looking for?
Yes, I did. I did. Yeah, I just got it was not like a clear message of like, okay, you have to do this. This is your path now, but more about what I'm doing in my everyday lives, of continue the spiritual practice on an everyday base, will guide me on the right path. So this is what happened. What is happening. So I believe that ayahuasca can show you a way where to go, but not going to give you the answer or give you the path where what is right for you. But it's more about like you have to do the work after also.
How does that look like doing the work, or what did you do, to engage in this process?
So I've been doing my spiritual practices for many years before, like meditation and yoga, and I just got this more clear that this is right that I'm doing, and I should just do that, keep on doing it, and with that connection, the universe will give me my path, show me the way.
I think probably a lot of people find this like pretty like worrisome, what you are describing, like people like to have plans and clear goals, and this going with the flow. I think it evokes a lot of anxiety for a lot of people. So did you have any fears or doubts or nervousness, especially, taking this next step of going to Peru from Mexico? How was that for you?
No, I was quite rid of these kind of fears and anxiety as I started to step on my own path for like 10 years. So yeah, with that, like before ayahuasca, I was just doing this practice of like trusting the universe from my own will and the best trust. So no, I didn't have any fear because I know that I'm a creator of my life. So whenever something goes wrong, I can always go back and do what I did the worst, or I take the challenge and I can grow a little bit more and learn from the lessons which comes on the way to challenge. So
I
I
think that's
believe
a pretty good, yeah.
we are all if we can get out of our comfort zones, we can always just go and learn and see that our life can just be different and hopefully better.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good attitude, to have towards life. And it's very similar, how I live my life, even though I have to say that I still have some, like fears and doubts coming up, when you go into the unknown. And, I don't think that that's necessarily like the lack of the fear that people have who are choosing, to go on a different path. But definitely, that it requires a certain kind of courage, and trust, to follow that, because this is like the path less traveled, right? It's you are kind of swimming against the current when you live your life in this different way. So what happened? Like you felt that your next step is to go to the source and to go to Peru, and that's what you did. And how did that unfold for you?
Yeah, so basically, I was in Mexico after the first ayahuasca experience, and a friend of mine was asking me if I would go and join to her to come to Peru for a visit or a travel. But of course, I didn't have any plans, so I just got the one-way ticket and here I am, almost a year living and basing in Peru. So yeah, when I came to Peru, I was shocked about this all around medicine and all in one, like everything is together. I was really surprised because for me this medicine was so sacred, and I could never imagine that you can just find it on the street and go to a ceremony and pay for it just as up like right now, like drinking a cup of cacao. And yeah, then I was just like, okay, stop for a minute, just let's see what is here. And I was not called to take any medicines for many months. I felt already this land has so much power in it that it was working, the medicine is still working after, like, yeah, I believe that we all have different timing and process of medicines, and for me it was very powerful, and the integration just yeah, takes along, and being here around these powerful big mountains, just yeah, this is the medicine for me.
What happened then, once you decided or you were called to sit with the medicine?
The first time
Yeah,
in
in
Peru.
Peru. Mhm.
Yeah, in Peru. So I found a beautiful place in the valley, like a small cocoon. It's like a little bit away from Pisac, from the center, so it's like a suburb. And I settled down in a beautiful hotel, And I took over the business after 2 months. I had a great vision with the place of like doing yoga and creating a retreat place with it. And so I did. After 2 months, I took it over. Like the universe brought this to me, and I was like, I don't even know what is happening. I was just, this is for me, I guess, because I'm here. Everything was just like there. So I was not even thinking about like, oh, what if this is going to happen? Of course, there was these doubts and a little bit of fear, but then I'm like, let's just go and see what comes. And so I'm setting up a new business here, like a retreat center called Blue Lotus. And I had a guest coming from a yoga school, and he invited me for ayahuasca ceremony, like after kind of half a year being in Peru. And yeah, that was my call to sit with her again. And I had an amazing experience. People from the jungle, mostly women. It was a woman curanderos, healers, like a shipibo style. They are singing Icaro, this healing songs. And yeah, I was thinking about my first ceremony in Mexico, and comparing to that, this was just like a whole different level. I mean, as
You mean because of the songs in Mexico? How was the music, or what kind of
so yeah,
song?
because there is different type of like working with ayahuasca. There is this like the Brazilians who are just making just like, but they are making like a kind of a party and like uplifting mood of like dancing, and everybody is great. But this was this deep healing of like ancestral healings. And comparing to one in Mexico, it was more, they had like medicine music, singing, but I didn't feel as safe and protected by them than like here. And also because in Mexico there was like the second ceremony we had, there was no woman in the circle, and I was really missing like the female energy, like to have that with ayahuasca. I think it's essential. Like I felt so lack of something, like something is not complete. And here I really felt that these people are really there. They are devoted to work with the medicine, and this is not their work, but this is their kind of like mission. Or when you choose like something, and this is what I believe, like in Mexico, the guy who was working with the medicine, it was more like a normal guy who serves medicine. So this is all around in Peru, that you go and you sit with somebody you don't even know, and I think that's a huge problem. You should know the people who you are working with, because it can affect a lot your experience, even though you are the one who is working with the medicine. So it's not like somebody else is doing the work for you, but you should feel safe. And some people doesn't know what to do, how to breathe. And yeah, this call them shamans. They are not really doing the real work for you.
So it's I guess it's hard to tell who is a real shaman when you have zero experience, right? Because as you're describing, as the more experience you had, and as you went to the source of the where the medicine is coming from and the tradition is coming from, and you were able to sit in that context, and you understood more and more about the tradition and the rituals, and that way of holding the medicine space, like then you can discern, right? Then you have different experiences. Now you can say, wow, this is more authentic or deeper or safer or whatever than the other place that you experience. But when you are before the first experience, like it's hard to say, right? If what kind of space you are going into. What would you say to people who are going for their first ceremony, like how they can tell if this is like a authentic place, safe place with integrity, or somebody who has, as you said, the shaman, and then they have their mainstream everyday life, and then they, by the way, serve medicine on the side or something like that, versus people who are devoted, and then that's their destiny and their life.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we couldn't even get the chance to meet with the shaman. Like that was also very very strange. Like during this retreat in Mexico, that we didn't see the shaman before. We just met the first time when when he came to serve the medicine, and that didn't feel right. So I would say, like, at least once you should meet the people who you would sit with, to have like an hour of like talk, and yeah, just listen to your heart and feel into it, what is best for you, what is really, it's you who decide, because I believe that everybody has different needs. So maybe for me that was not perfect, but maybe for other it's just completely good. So but yeah, I think that that is really, I could never do a ceremony without knowing the person, like, again, like that. So I would have at least a small meeting before.
Thank you. And we're gonna put the link in the description. Check out one of our latest on the blog called The Ultimate Ayahuasca Guide, where we give you guys, like points of and red flags, and how to discern a safe place from an unsafe place. And in the end of that article, we have a bunch of questions that you can ask the facilitator, the organizer, the shaman himself or herself, what to ask, what kind of questions shall you ask from a place, right? So if you need a little help with that, check out that blog post. We're gonna include the link in the description. So thank you for that. Okay, so you had this amazing experience with the ladies, with the female like curanderas, right? And what happened after?
I get the message of ayahuasca gave me what I needed to get. So like that healing was really the spirit in me was just like an ancestor healing went through in my body, and I felt like, okay, now I am the one who needs to work on this, and give it this knowledge or to the people. So what I'm doing with this business is a beautiful thing that I got the chance to do, and I have the perfect space for that, to bring here the people and let them know about how they can heal themselves also with this beautiful medicine, or just without. Like medicine is a beautiful thing, but it's strong, so it's really, you cannot just have this like, oh, I thought that the medicine is going to give me the message. No, it's really you have to prepare with the right intentions, and then do the work. Like I really believe that we all should do our everyday practice of being on this planet and give back to Mother Earth what we get. And I'm super grateful to have this in my life. And yeah, I don't think I need more medicine like that, because I feel complete, and I feel amazed what I get, and I want to give this away the best way I can.
Well, that sounds very nice, but I know, that you were, in challenging scenarios as well in the medicine, and, you experienced some things that were not necessarily like safe or like professional, so to say. Can you tell people a little bit about your experience, that is really relating to, how to pick a place and how to know, where to go and who is to trust and who is not trust, when we work with this powerful medicine?
Yeah, so the first ceremony was like, I connected to her like so much. I believe that this is my path. I need to work with the medicine. I need to go to the jungle, and I need to learn how to become a shaman or just a healer, because it's just yeah, it's just amazing. And this shaman was approaching me like, yes, you can do this, you are the one, you are chosen for this path, and you can come with me, and we learn this together. And then he started to become like sexually coming close to me, which didn't feel good. I was still under the medicine, so it's like, you are very, very sensitive, you are open, wide open, like. And that's not okay, because you don't even know that it is not okay. You feel like this is great, because the medicine just opens you up so much that you have not don't even have like decision. And yeah, I got into this experience, which was not nice at all. So he took advantage of that, and I believe many of those do the same. And yeah, of course, I was like, yeah, that's so cool. He's taking me on this path, and I found my path, and this is what it is. And then he was just like very disgusting. Like when I told him like I don't want. I think he was really turned into like the opposite of the healer, like just very dark energy, and yeah, that scared me a lot. Like and also just thinking back of like how the ceremony was, and if they're really there to heal you, or some of them just like they actually just want something from you. So yeah, from
But
that
this was
experience.
like this was like because the ceremony that you were just talking about that was led by women. This was a different occasion
Yeah, this was the first
in
in
Mexico.
Mexico. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm so happy that you have, this courageous spirit to speak out about this because this is so important, and this is what we call grooming. When somebody who is in a position of authority, and we automatically put people in pedestal as well, right? A shaman, a healer, a doctor, right? That's something that we automatically do. That these people in position of power start to groom you in a way that they make you feel special, right? And these are exactly things that they say, what you just mentioned, that you are chosen, you are special, you are different, and I'm giving you special treatment. And of course, this, for our ego, this is just, oh my God, give it more, more of this, right? This flattery, like I love it, right? I am something. And you are already feel that because you work with the medicine, you are different from other people and you know
Yes.
more and you are more aware. So we are already, going down that road naturally a little bit. And then somebody, affirming this and putting more of this on you is so easy, to just believe. You want to believe, right? You want to believe that you are something special or better. And I mean, we are all special, of course, but and then as you said, the other factor here that you are not grounded in reality in yourself because you work with the medicine, you are so much more open, so much more vulnerable. The boundaries dissolve, the boundaries is difficult to say, is this appropriate, is this not appropriate, in this relationship. It seems different, it feels different, so but there are warning signs, right? So you mentioned that when he started to, sexually approach you and things like that, you did feel uncomfortable. Did you feel scared, or you just felt icky? What did you feel? Do you remember?
I didn't feel good. I
Right.
didn't feel scared in the beginning. I was a little bit also attracted like him, and but then I didn't know that do I need to do this because I need to be good for him, or yeah, it's just like a question. Am I doing it because I want it, or because wanted it?
Right.
And it was actually he wanted it, and I couldn't say like no, and so I went into it, which
And then
was
after, what did you feel?
I didn't feel good at all. No,
Right.
I felt terrible to see this. Like, man, the people who are working with the medicine, they should clean themselves. And I mean, they invited me for like a birthday celebration after the retreat, and they got drunk. So I was with like drunk shaman around me, and that was already like, and I didn't see. I'm like, I don't even know how I could not just see this. This is not okay.
Mhm.
But I didn't, and I went into this, and I get really just yeah discussed by him, and then I get to this situation of like, okay, how can I cut it? Like I just really want to, and in the end I just left. Like I don't even want to talk to you anymore because this didn't feel good. No,
Right.
it doesn't feel it is yeah for this day it still doesn't feel good, and I feel this energy is still affecting my energy field, so I really need to do deep cleansing to get this out, and it's a lot of work.
Right.
And then these people can also they can heal you, but they can also do the opposite of like giving you like dark magic.
Absolutely, they can harm you, definitely. Unfortunately, this is something very real that can happen. So, like, how did you get out of the situation? Like, you just suddenly, like, it was like the veil lifted from your eyes, and you are like, what is going on? And you left, or did you confront him? Did you say anything? Like, what happened?
Well, I just laughed. I just laughed. I felt like I don't feel comfortable, and because when I told him like I don't want anything from you, like this is I don't feel good about this, and then he started to like tell me things like when you don't feel good, like that you should actually stay with him because he still wants to help you, like convince you that you are still on the right place, and you know I am the one who is not seeing the things, and it's like
Gaslighting.
yes, this is like why are you talking about my feelings? Why can't you just talk about your feelings? He's like, no, and he's still like this questioning, and then I'm like, no, this is just not right. I have to go.
Right. This is also very typical, gaslighting. Then when you voice your
Gaslighting.
doubt or your concern or your fear or something, then they try to minimize that or say that this is not how things are and you see it in the wrong way and actually you are the problem. Or
Yes,
you have the problem and therefore you need to stay and drink more medicine and drink my semen.
exactly.
I
This
don't
is
know
what
what.
he said. Exactly. This is
Really?
no, he basically offered me to go to the next retreat with them to start working with them, and I should drink more. And you know what? I was just on the edge, this close to it. Like maybe he is right. Thank God I decided to leave. But I was very close to go into it
Right.
again. To like convince like this you are able to work with us. Like no,
Right.
oh my God, this is so dangerous. Like people,
Right. So it's good that you could listen, to that feeling and to that intuition. And even though your mind was not sure what is going on, but
yes,
your body and your heart knew what's going on and you left. And I think that's one of the best thing you can do. So if any of you who are listening, is in a similar situation and you are like really feeling, that something is not right and this is not okay, what's happening, then just leave, you can leave anytime. So leave the situation. And once you distance yourself from the situation, you will be able to feel more clearly, what is happening. What was it like that for you that after you left, it started to dawn on you more the magnitude of those like transgressions that he was doing?
oh yes, of course. Like day by day, just peeling this off, and then what you are saying to listen to your intuition is always the best you can do from the very beginning, even though it's like maybe it's just very very low, and you cannot even hear it or see it, but you should always go back to it and then listen what deep inside you. This is always the lesson for me in this life, like the intuition is like, oh, again I should have done this, and I knew it that there was something not okay, but yeah, your mind is like, oh, I am the one, so yes, let's go. Yeah,
And the other thing here is that oftentimes people who are traumatized already, so people who were, for example, molested or something, they are not able to say no and assert themselves in these kind of situations. It's it's the consequence of trauma. So, that's why we are talking about what can you do before you end up in this situation, because sometimes what happens is that you end up in the situation and you can't get out of it, even though you feel that you should do or say something, but you are unable to do so, you are just paralyzed and you are just kind of letting it happen. And so that's why it is so important that we try to prevent, this kind of situation and discern before, like we going into these spaces with people. And, as you said, like the reputation of the person and how these people live and what they do outside of the ceremony space can tell you a lot about the person and the integrity and the authenticity. Because obviously, if somebody is like a drunk person and has an alcohol addiction, and like outside of the ceremony space, that would be a red flag, that you want to consider. So, but this is again difficult when people are traveling, when you are traveling, when the shaman is traveling. So it's good to work with local people who are in the community, and you can ask around in the community, or you can, talk to people and say, hey, like, what is the reputation of this person, and that's super important. I think another thing that they often do is to ask you for favors. That's another way of blending the boundaries. Help me with this, help me with that. There's like no compensation. They are not paying you. You are not really working for them, but they are kind of manipulating you or using you in some way, to get some. Was this, part of what he was doing?
Yes,
Mm.
yes, exactly.
How did that look like? What did he ask for example?
Yeah, like I could do, I don't know, singing or playing music for him, like this kind of like he doesn't even know me, but yeah, do this, and, yeah, help me with, yeah, making the medicine, this kind of everyday thing what a shaman does, I guess.
Right. And he was saying that's how you learn. You help me for free.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah.
But it wasn't a clear agreement that, hey, you are my apprentice now and this is your duties and this is what.
No,
No, right.
no, not like that, not like that. It was a choice I could do. It was not like you have to do, but
Right. Because apprenticing is okay, there is nothing wrong with that or some kind of exchange. Once you have clear agreements, what does that entail and you are consenting to it, right? But this didn't happen, right?
when I started to feel like I don't want to do these things, and then I thought him I don't feel comfortable. He was not happy at all. Like he was really like surprisingly yeah, like very very dark, and then I felt scared like this.
Like what exactly? Did he say anything or did he do anything or threaten you or imply something?
But his energy just came out. I felt this very very not like helping, but more like, yes,
Threatening?
threatening. Yeah.
Yeah, this is again, huge red flag. Like if somebody tries to threaten you to stay in ceremonies, to stay in therapy, to stay in a retreat center and an apprenticeship, or blackmail you, or
Yeah,
this is
like I believe nobody else can tell you what you should do or take, especially not a medicine. When somebody else tells you should take the medicine, is like, what is that? How do you know what I need at the moment? I mean,
right.
it just came out from a medicine, and you are telling me to take more.
Right. Okay, so thank you so much, for sharing all that. And I know that, a lot of people hopefully will learn from all this what you went through, and I'm hoping that we can prevent, situations like this to occur, because unfortunately in the end it's all responsibility or safety, we have to, and sometimes we learn the hard way, you had this hard learning experience, but I'm pretty sure that you're not going to be in the same situation one more time, because you really now you learned, a big lesson by going through this. And thank you for sharing your story. And I know that, you follow this calling and you stayed in Peru to, develop this idea of the retreat center and serving people in some capacity with the medicine and with the tools that you already have. And many people feel called to this path when they start to work with the medicine, especially the Mother Ayahuasca. I would say, a big percentage of the people feels this kind of calling, and I think that it's only a fraction of those people. It's their true destiny, and I think that a lot of the time, what we feel, because I went through the same experience and I know what I felt was that, this is just so different and so beautiful, this whole world, that's what I want to do. That's what I, for my whole life. It's easy to feel this way. It's easy to project or desires or, wishes and everything and say, oh, the medicine told me to do that. And I think also, like, a lot of people just, they have this naive idea of, if I just move to Peru, my life will magically be so perfect and everything will align and I'm gonna, live this great life. and I would like to communicate this idea that we need to come back to reality and somehow bridge these two worlds. And maybe for some people that bridge will be that you will go there and you will be a bridge from here to there, you know, and some people come and some people stay somewhere in the middle. So we can do this bridging in different way, but whatever path we are choosing, and just because you are on the path of your destiny, you know, that doesn't mean that everything just gonna fall to your lap. So you want to share a little bit like how is that going for you, following this calling, living in Peru, you know, trying to create this vision, and yeah, what are the gifts and challenges of, you know, walking this path?
Yeah, so after the retreat in Mexico, I was really like called by, okay, I'm going to work with this medicine because this is just amazing. You cannot do better than that in your life. Give this rather than give this, and yeah, then I had this whole experience with this shaman, and then I felt like, okay, maybe that's not my path. But anyways, I came to Peru, and yeah, day by day it went like more further from me, like that I should work with the medicine. It's like I feel that if somebody choose to work with the medicine, it's really like it's your profession. Like this is your devotion of like doing something. I don't believe, yeah, perhaps there are people who can do like both, like being in an everyday life and living a normal life and serving medicine, but I think that's not really possible. If you work with the medicine, then you work with the medicine, and you cannot really have like other joy or no. I mean, really, you really need to work on yourself and clean a lot of energy. So I took over the place, and like my vision was more to serve people. I don't even know if I want to have medicine in my place, but to provide the people the safe container, prepare for the medicine, and they can have the possibility to work with the medicine. I'm calling in the right shamans, right people who I would like to work with. Like I really want to have good reputation from them, or really work with the ones who I was working with before, because I was very very happy with their work. So when I know the people, then yeah, they could come. I was also like in the beginning renting out the space for ceremonies, ayahuasca, which was really good in the beginning for financial, but I had also like the same feedback from the shaman that they were late from the ceremony. The people were waiting 1 hour, and this is like I cannot connect. Oh, so cute! I have a cat too. It's so nice. So I just don't see this like the shaman is late from the ceremony, like you are waiting for the shaman. Come on, what is this? So I would like to more focus on like working like practicing of yoga, meditation, breath work. This is a whole journey you can do on your own without taking anything, and it's a really really important part of the medicine work also. So if you don't have that, just to breathe, to go to be in your breath, then you can never really connect with any medicine, because we should know that the medicine is already inside of us. Each breath we take is the connection with the outer world, to the inner world. So it's like I think most of us should learn that, how to slow down and be present where we are, so we can follow our destiny from our heart. So just live in the joy and appreciate what you already have, and every day is a new beginning. Create something for yourself, for others, and yeah, nurture yourself with everything you already have. Is, yeah, for me is the most important, like to give this to the people of like living their everyday lives, to create a better world, more peaceful and more accepted, because it's so much darkness. And yeah, it's because we are kind of blind. We cannot really see what we already have. So
Thank you. That's a beautiful vision. And yeah, I agree. It's so important that you support your medicine work. Even if you work with the medicine, then you have, you know, practices that that ground you and help you to, do that deeper work outside of the ceremony container with different tools, as you said, like breath work, meditation, yoga, like, earth practices, nature, connecting, working with plants. And, true that you can do that without the medicine as well. There's all these tools, right? For me, the medicine is a little bit like a shortcut, but that's not everybody's path. And definitely there is way more intensity, if you take the shortcut, of course. So yeah, we're gonna share your contact info if you want to offer that. And the people who feel called to go to the source of the medicine, PSAC is super beautiful, and maybe have a connection there, or connect with a safe place, then we're going to share your info so people who resonate with your vision can get in touch with you. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And also, like, really, like playing music, like to use your own voice. It's all medicine inside of you, which can show, the medicine can show this, but some people cannot see because they don't even know what is there.
Yeah.
So I think, like, if you go on a retreat, you should always find some things where they are doing a practice, because there are really retreats. I'm so surprised that they don't have any integration, any kind of like practice of like meditation and breath work, and it's like, so basically, what are you doing? I mean, you are doing the same as in your everyday life, but taking medicine. So you could just as well do it at home. I mean, yeah,
Right.
this is what I see all around, like here in Pisac and in Peru, I guess everywhere, like all medicines is together. And you should be also like conscious about, like, all medicine has different
Yeah.
effects on you, and you should, and if you are mixing it, you would never know what is what. Your brain is just
Yeah.
got a bit
Yeah,
fucked up.
absolutely. That can be another conversation for another podcast, right? The sustainability and the mixing of different plants and all that. But definitely I resonate with what you were sharing. And thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for being here. Blessings on your path, on your journey. In Peru with the medicine, with your practices. And yeah, sending lots of love from Mexico, dear sister. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. See you.